Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. So today I thought it'd be fun to sit down and talk about launches that I want to see happen in 2023. I was just thinking about some makeup products that I would really enjoy seeing come to fruition, and I just kind of wanted to sit down and talk about them with you. I've never done a video like this, but I thought it'd be fun. So before we get started, if you like this video while you're watching it, please go ahead and give it a big thumbs up. It really does help my channel out. And other than that, if you're excited and you want to hear about some launches that I would love to see happen in 2023, let's go ahead and get started. First of all, Happy New Year. I'm pretty sure this is my first video that's going up in the year of 2023. So Happy New Year. I'm excited for this year. I hope you guys are too, and I hope you had a safe, happy New Year's. Now, I want to say this is not me predicting that these are going to launch in the year of 2023. I know Kelly Gooch likes to do those type of videos where she predicts what she thinks going to see coming, and I love watching those videos. I think it's super fun. These are just products that I want to see happen. I don't think they're going to. That'd be really awesome if they did. I hope so, but it's just more me thinking out loud of products that I love that I kind of want to see relaunched, maybe new color stories, that kind of thing. Also, I did go ahead and film this look earlier in the day. It should be my next video up. It's just like a chatty get ready with me. I hadn't sat down and chit-chatted with you guys in a while. Not my favorite look I've ever done, but that wasn't really the point of the video. It was more to just kind of catch up with you guys, do a get ready with me because I hadn't done one in a while. So be on the lookout for that video. It should be the next one up in a few days. So the first launch I want to see in 2023 is a cool tone palette from Patrick Ta. Obviously, he has his two major dimension palettes right here. That was an awkward way to hold them up. They're very hard to show on camera because they're such a reflective packaging. But he has his major dimensions one palette, which is very neutral toned, a little bit more on the warm side. And then he also has his major dimensions two rose palette, which is very rosy tone, a step up in quality to the first one. And it's just like the most beautiful palette in my eyes. If you got my 2022 palette ranking, all the palettes I tried last year at this point now, this ranked up there really, really high. I'm not going to spoil it for you, but really high. And I just think that the quality on these palettes just got better. Like the first one was really, really good. The second one was a step up, even better. And I would just love to see a cool tone version. He could call it the Major Dimensions 3 cool tone. I don't care what he calls it, but I just love the formulation of these eyeshadows so much. His mattes are just really buttery and smooth, pigmented without being too pigmented. They're easy to work with. They go on the eyes nicely. They blend in nicely. They last all day. And his shimmers are out of this world. They are impactful. They're stunning. They're super shiny, glittery, but just, oh, so pretty. Like it's mini disco balls on your eyeballs. Just absolutely stunning, especially the second one. So I would just really love to see him come out with a palette that's a little bit more on the cool tone. He's got his warm neutrals and the warmy, rosy sort of tones. But I personally think it would be really awesome to see him dabble in a little bit more of the cool tones. I'm partial to that. Those are the tones I really, really love on me. I don't know if everyone would love that, but keeping the same formula or improving it again for the third time, and then just coming out with a little bit different of a color story, I'm here for it. Hopefully it happens. The second product I would love to see launch in 2023 is bronzers from McGrath. I know I am not the only one who wants to see this launch. I know quite a few other creators I watch on here has mentioned this in the past. Not quite sure why she hasn't done it yet. She already has her blush formulation, which is absolute perfection. I love her blushes. I own 4 of them, and then even the trio with 2 more, so what, 6 total. They are just beautiful. Like truly the quality and the formulation of her blushes are just top notch. I don't own any of the duos. I thought that was an odd launch from her last year. She launched like her single blushes that, like I said, were perfection. And then she launched those duos where the pans were like mashed together and there was like 2 shades in one pan. And then she did go ahead and release those quads for holiday that had 4 shades. A couple of them were new. I didn't pick any of those up, but just that formulation, but in a bronzer, I think would be so, so good. It's just such a smooth powder that goes on your cheeks. Very nice and lovely. And I feel like if she just transitioned that same formulation to bronzers, everyone would lose their minds. Plus it's Pat McGrath. She typically has really good shade ranges. So I feel like she could make a really beautiful bronzer shade range. Anywhere from like super light, cool tone, contoury, kind of bronzer shades all the way to deep and dark to encompass every skin tone. I think if any brand's gonna do that, she's gonna do it correctly. I'm kind of thinking like the Fenty Beauty bronzer range, but Pat McGrath. Like I said, her blush form, like the formula, she already has a formulation and it's perfection. And we all love the blush formulation. So hopefully sometime in 2023, we will see bronzers from her. I feel like we've been asking for it for a very, very long time. So I'm really, really, really hoping that she is gonna listen. And I feel like she needs something to win us all back after the whole Star Wars collaboration fiasco. If you do not know, she just slapped some Star Wars stickers on some products that were really old and been on sale for a while now, and then jacked the price back up to normal prices. And it was just kind of a hot mess, and a lot of people are upset over it, which I don't blame them. I feel like she needs to get like back in her good graces a little bit. I don't know, don't quote me, but that's just my personal opinion. So hopefully we see Pat McGrath bronzers this year. All right, next up, I would love to see BK Beauty expand their lipstick and lip liner shade range. They already have 5 lipstick shades and then 4 lip liner shades. And while I love all of these shades, I think they're really beautiful and stunning. They're all more on like the pinky sort of side, and I just would like to see more shades launch. Let me go ahead and swatch all of these for you really quickly. Starting off with the first lip liner right here, we have Sweet Pea, then right next to it we have Warm Spice, and then we have Pink Lady, and then Alter Ego, and then the lipsticks we have Kindness, then we have Acceptance, Inner Beauty, Self-Love, and then Passion. So I think all of these tones are really, really beautiful. I use all 5 of the lipsticks, mainly these 4 right here. I don't reach for Passion too often. And then these 2 lighter lip liners, Sweet Pea and Warm Spice, are my favorite. But the formulation of the lip liners and the lipsticks are beautiful. It just, as you can tell from the swatches, they're all more like pinky tones, which are stunning and beautiful, but I would like to see more shades. You know what I mean? I really want to see more nudie shades. I think that'd be a really good idea for her to come out with, her being Lisa J Makeup, who owns BK Beauty. She's a lovely content creator here on YouTube. Definitely check her out. I'll have her channel link down below for you to check out. And like I said, since I love the formula of these, especially the lipsticks, so much, I think she could do a really good nude tone. I don't know if I'd want to see these in necessarily bright, bold colors, because if you can tell by looking at the lipsticks, they are a little bit shinier, which I love. They're a very hydrating formulation on your lips. They don't emphasize dryness. They just go on really super smooth and nice, and they're just really comfortable on the lips. It almost feels like you're wearing a lip balm, but with like a really beautiful shade. So because of that, not that these slip and slide all over your face, I definitely don't think they do, but I don't know if I'd want bold shades. But I feel like if she did 2 nude shades for each different like skin tone almost, so like a really nice neutrally nude and then more pinky nude, and like a lightest version, and then just gradually get deeper so you could encompass every skin tone, I just think that would be really beautiful. Again, this formulation is so good. I've said that a million times, but like I want to stress that to you guys because I feel like these didn't get a lot of hype, sadly. I don't know why. I don't know if it's because BK Beauty is a little bit smaller of a brand, or they're just mainly known for their brushes, which are also amazing. But like I said, this year I would love to see her expand this range, especially the lipsticks. They are just beautiful. I love wearing these. I reach for these very, very often, and I want this formula in like a nude shade that I can just wear all the time. Also, I would really love to see a relaunch of Marc Jacobs Beauty. I don't know what's going on with that brand. I tried to kind of dig and investigate before I came on here to film this, and I looked up like, well, what's going on with Marc Jacobs Beauty? Is it coming back? Blah, blah, blah. And one article I saw said that it's completely done for. They're shutting down the brand. They're not relaunching. But then I saw another article that said they are relaunching, that their contract with Kendo, which is like their parent company, came to an end. And I don't know if they're just shopping around to try to have another parent company. Maybe they didn't want to renegotiate with Kendo. I don't really know. So obviously both of those are conflicting sides, and also both of those articles were all the way back from 2021. I personally couldn't find anything newer than that. I will be completely honest, I didn't like super sleuth around. I literally just Googled it really quickly, and the first couple articles that came up is what I read. So I didn't like do intense research, but that's what I found out. So if you know more information about what's going on with that brand, please let us know down below in the comments, because I really, really want to see them relaunch. They have their Omega bronzer, which is like one of my favorite bronzers ever. It's in the shade Tantastic. The pan is massive. It's a beautiful bronzer. It's smooth, creamy. It looks beautiful on the skin. Also, their enamored lip glosses. Yeah, this is their enamored lip glosses in the shade Sugar Sugar. I only have this shade, but it came in other shades as well. This is one of my favorite products to put on as like a lipstick topper, and it almost reminds me a little bit of the Tarte Maracuja Juicy Lips that are really, really super popular right now. A little less juicy, but kind of the same vibe, still in a stick form. I think if they relaunch these, they would go super viral, especially since those Tarte ones are like really popular right now. And even the Marc Jacobs glowing lip serums, kind of the same thing. I think these would be really viral if they like relaunched them. And then also their At Lash Lifting and Volumizing Mascara is honestly one of my favorite mascaras ever. I've been through quite a few minis, and then I do have this one full size in my backup that I will eventually open up and use. So almost all the products I've tried from them, I've really enjoyed, and I want to try more from them, and then they just disappeared. I will say, if they do ever come back and do a relaunch, I think they need to like rebrand. I think their like long skinny palettes with the circular pans were just kind of really, I don't want to say old fashioned, that's not the word I want to think of, but just kind of outdated. And like a lot of their launches were a little odd. They had like a cherry collection that came out in fall, so that was weird. It should have probably came out in spring. I don't know. I'm sure COVID had something to do with it and like, you know, delaying launches and all that, but I don't know. I just would really like to see them come back out, rebrand, be a little bit more modern and new and funky, and just come out with a bunch of new amazing makeup, because the couple of products I've tried for them are like holy grails and favorites, and I want to try more, but I don't know what's going on with them. Also, a shade range expansion I would like to see is the Bare Minerals bronzers. They have 3 of them. I own all 3 of them. I love all 3 of them. These are some of my favorite blushes in the entire world, especially Kiss of Pink. It's like my favorite pink blush ever. I've used this a million times on my channel. I've raved about it a million times on my channel. It's stunning. But they also have this one right here called Kiss of Rose. Gorgeous. And they also have, last but not least, Kiss of Copper. Gorgeous. So I just would like to see them come out with more shades of this, because it is such a good formulation. It is smooth on the cheeks. It lasts all day long. It has a little bit of sheen and glow to it, which just makes your cheeks look healthy. It makes you look healthy and glowy, like you're like drinking all the water that you need to and you're not dehydrated at all. I just love this formulation, and these 3 shades are so pretty that I want to see more. I don't really know what shades I would want them to launch, because these 3 really do encompass a lot. Like this is a really light, beautiful pink. Then you have the more coppery, like orangey, warm, fiery tone. And then the rosy shade that's just like warm and rosy and just works a little bit better for deeper skin tones. So I feel like they have a good shade range. Like these 3 are solid shades. I just want more, because I love these 3 so much. I want to be able to wear this blush in every shade possible. And last but not least, in 2023, I would love to see Natasha Denona dabble a little bit more into complexion. I have not been super vibing with a ton of the palettes that she has been launching recently. I didn't pick up the pastel palette. I didn't pick up the My Dream palette or the mini pastel palette. I did pick up the Glam Retro palette. I just couldn't pass that up. But I haven't been super vibing with a ton of her eyeshadows last year. So I don't know. I just would like to see her switch it up a little bit and maybe go into complexion a little bit more. I know she had a couple foundations, but they've been on like mega sale lately in Sephora. I'm assuming she's getting rid of them, hopefully to maybe have a comeback and relaunch something. I would love to see foundation, maybe a nice concealer, a loose setting powder. She does have some contour shades, but they were also on sale. But I would love to see her come out with bronzers and then powder blushes. I know she's really into like cream blushes, cream to powder. She's launched liquid ones in the past, but I would love to see powder ones. And she has a really beautiful highlight formulation, so I would like to see her just kind of expand a little bit more on complexion and bring us like a full face of Natasha Denona. Like her lipsticks are amazing, her eyeshadows are amazing, so I would like more. I just want more. And that was it, you guys. That was some launches that I would love to see happen in 2023. Again, these aren't predictions. I don't think these are going to come out. I just would really love if they did. I would be super happy. I want to know down below in the comments, what is something you would love to see launch from drugstore? I know all of these were like high end. I'm so sorry. I couldn't really think of anything for drugstore. I feel like there's just so many drugstore brands and there's so many drugstore launches all the time. I mean, I guess I could say that about high end too. I don't know. I just personally wasn't really thinking about drugstore. But high end drugstore, doesn't really matter. I would love to see what you guys are looking forward to in 2023. If you made it to the end of this video, thank you so much. You're awesome and I love you. Please subscribe if you have not yet, and hope to see you in my next video. Bye guys.